figure it out. We got the sound working. We're just doing the. By the way, this is what the podcast has turned into. It's just 45 minutes of me doing Benny Benassi beats over the Mortal Kombat. Moria. The Stooges. Raw power. Raw power. Go. That's enough. All right. That's the show, everybody. Merry Christmas. We did it. We did it. I can't believe this is happening. I cannot believe this is happening. Is this happening?
Miracle. Christmas miracle.
Christmas miracle.
Miracle. White Christmas.
What an odd record to talk about. The opposite of anything Bing Crosby ever could have created. But before, ladies and gentlemen, we get into that. We've been doing the podcast for what, 6.5, almost 7 years. 7 years. And today, I think is our final Stooges Iggy Pop record. There might be a solo record. Jeremiah, if I was you, I would check that math, because we are talking today. Is it sad? Is it?
I love it.
I've seen him live. That's
amazing.
I've seen him live. Me and John Moyer went to go see the Stooges with former guest Mike Watt at the 930 Club in 2006, which I'm going to send you the picture, Jer, right now, so you can post it so Maria can see it, because I think I posted it before, but it's super funny. And then I saw him at the Palladium with Duff and Chad Smith. But today, I think it is our final record, Raw Power, the album that sounds almost as if it was recorded inside a panic attack, mixed by the panic attack itself. I
only know Iggy. Sorry, am I talking out of turn?
No, God, no, please jump in.
I only know Iggy and the Stooges or Iggy Pop himself through my husband. I only know about, because he went to go see him, I think it was 2 years ago, where he was in Pasadena at some sort of Rose Bowl situation.
Sure.
And he said it was fantastic. He was fantastic. And he sounds wonderful on this particular record, although I don't know what I'm talking about. Am I the worst guest to have?
You are so far. We're checking the polls, and no, you're not the worst. All right, the polls say you're right now in the 75th percentile, but you're moving up because you're only the second person that's ever worn a scarf, and that the first one, Peter Asher, former Beatle, who hated me more than anybody. So,
well, this is not a scarf. This is a hand-dyed sweatshirt with some weird embroidery on it. If that bumps me up a little bit more.
Honestly, now you're dropping. You're actually even lower now. People like the scarf. They like. I'm so excited. Here's the deal, and I love that your husband is the person that turned you on to them. And we'll get into all of that. But before we even get into the history of all that, do anything you want to promote? We'll do it at the beginning, at the end. But anything important going on, we don't want to miss it. Let's knock it out right now, because this is what we do. This is what we do.
Mr. Judd Apatow has a documentary coming out about me. He's done several documentaries of comedians, and mine comes out the first day of Sundance in January. So hope that's interesting. And if not, that best of. I love you, and I wish you all the best. Make good choices. Now, the other thing is that I'm constantly touring. So look on my website, mariabamford.com, and I will be coming near to you within the year, unless it's, of course, Casper, Wyoming. I will never return.
What happened in Casper?
Well, it was hilariously one of those, this is what I kind of love about, my husband will tell me about famous concerts, but it was like a 1,500 seat theater, and maybe 100 people showed up, and the door guy kept saying, yeah, I mean, we had Seinfeld here, and he sold it out 4 nights in a row. And I'm like, we could close off part of the theater so it looks a little bit more cozy. No need. I like this the pathos of seeing a comedian, just with just titters, a few titters. And yeah, it's my favorite.
That's when you say to the guy, you're like, I'm still in COVID seating. So I like to make sure there's 7 seats between everyone. Anytime I sell less tickets, I go, this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted COVID seating. I wanted an intimate night. Intimate.
Well, this is the coolest thing about me is not many people are into it. Get it?
Yeah, I'm a deep cut, man. I'm a deep cut. I'm a B-side. I always love my buddy. I've said this a million times. You go, yeah, Seinfeld, he's apple pie. Everybody loves apple pie. I'm a radish. Not everybody loves a radish, but the people that love radishes, they fuck with it hard. I'm a radish.
When I cheer up my husband, I try to say things that he says about his record collection. So like, if you want to talk about punk, let's talk about the Faith Void Split album. I mean, everyone says Bubba Dupree and his guitar skills, but it's really Ian McCain, his brother off Discord Records, who never sold out.
Yeah, dude. What a hip guy. This guy knows what's up.
He does. He knows.
So are you telling me he's the one that schooled you on Iggy Pop and the Stooges? Yeah.
Well, and also, because he's originally from the Midwest, from Michigan, and so my husband used to work for an artist who grew up in that area of the world and was a big fan. And I love reading biographies of musicians, and I especially love the punk ethos of just, you don't have to learn it, you don't have to know what the music is, you don't have to know anything. You just get out there and you jump. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite ethos, is that everybody gets to participate. You don't have to be very good at your. I mean, I think they were good, but I think I've enjoyed that, of hearing of the Ramones and others. Because I don't know what I'm doing, if you couldn't tell.
Well, let me ask you a question. I love that you said that. Do you feel that there is a connection between like punk rock and stand-up comedy? I mean, I feel like, it's that same shit where, I talk to my drummer, Nick, or I talk to somebody in music, and you're like, well, you don't need to learn you don't need to know how to write music or read music, but you just got to have the feel. You have to have the feel of what the vibe of the music is, know where the one is, and know how actually rhythm goes, in a sense. But in stand-up, do you I mean, because you don't have to be Seinfeld, you don't have to be you don't have to be a serious joke writer. Like, what do you think that punk rock and comedy are like hand in hand, or do you think you have to have an idea of what you're doing, like comedy class style, to jump in?
Yeah, no, to me, I feel like you just have to have an addiction to trying to keep getting up there. And that is the thing that bothers me the most about any sort of comedy discussion, is saying, oh, this is real, this isn't, this is the super real deal, and then this sucks. Which I know that happens in music as well, so apologies all around. I think anybody who's getting up there, like, that's the person who's doing it. Like, if he's the last person, or she or they are the last people who've done stand up, they're better at it than me, because I haven't done it in a week. Like that's my feeling, because there's also it's very humbling.
Very, very humbling.
Tremendously humbling, and I love that. Yeah, it's inspiring to me. I like reading about people who keep, Iggy Pop for sure. You stay alive and you keep doing it, whether people are caring about it or not. And I love that. I love a long career where they just keep talking about your first and third albums.
I definitely think there is, like I said, the connection, because there is a level of, like, when we first start doing stand-up, of just not knowing what we're doing and just going up there and the failure but having fun, and just being like, being able to like take that and have that maybe a quasi embarrassing moment, because I'd say it's like 1 in like 10 actually go up the first time or the first few times and actually have like a set and like the confidence to actually get through it, where it's not even like slightly awkward. you know, or they have the presence to be in the moment and just be enjoying it because we're also in our heads. Do I remember that joke? Did I do that? And blah blah blah. You know, but also there are the people, and I think there is that thing about, you know, you just, if you're funny, you just need to figure out how to. It's not very hard to be yourself and be funny, whether it's, you know, 3-chord punk rock, or it's, you know, or the blues, or heavy metal. It's just the genre, whatever it is, you know, I think there is like a style. It's like, this would be like, if you had to compare this album, Raw Power, which we're going to get into the whole history of everything with the Stooges and all that jazz. But if you had to say, you know, would this, all right, this is a 2-part question. Would this album, Raw Power, be performed in a comedy club? Is it a comedy club comic? Is it a theater comic? Or is it a shitty open mic on Vine at a cafe where 5 days a week before the open mic, they have an AA meeting?
Oh my God. Well, gotta be the shitty open mic where they have the AA meeting, because that, I mean, that's my favorite on some level. Like, I perform, I don't know if it's, well, it's definitely lazy. It's not punk rock, but it's, I do shows in the morning in my neighborhood in LA, because I can't fucking possibly be bothered to stay up till midnight and go to the Laugh Factory and bomb. I can bomb right near my house.
Wait, where are you doing this? Where are you doing this? Where can we see you? Who's coming?
Oh, tons of people. People are underemployed, sober, and bored out of their minds in LA County. And so I can sell out a 40-seat theater on a Monday.
I love that. Oh my God, I love that. I didn't know you were doing that. I think that is incredible. That's more punk rock than going to the Laugh Factory.
Well, but I think there is a kind of machismo that is the same for music, where it's like, and then, you know, he threw peanut butter at the audience. Or is there a story? Because I read the biography and I didn't find that he threw poop at the audience. He took a shit behind the Iggy pooped on stage.
Yeah.
Did he actually poop on the audience?
I mean, here's the deal. Like, no one really knows. The legend goes that it really wasn't a full poop. It was actually just a shart discharge.
Okay.
No, I have no idea. That's something you got to look up, Jeremiah. I mean,
on it.
I heard he actually was passing a kidney stone.
These are the things that I'm interested, you know, like to go, oh wow. Yeah, what really happened? He had the peanut butter on stage. I know in that Detroit.
I've seen that.
You've seen, yeah, I saw that as well. And I saw the interview with the Australian host that went poorly. But I like the kind of stuff. There is, it's definitely a comedy where it's like, this is funny. This, you know you're funny, or you know you're not. You know you're funny. And it's like, really? I mean, I don't know. If I'm funny to me, that's one person, and I'll buy anything.
Kill me. I'm very funny with me. Now, them over there, I don't know. Maybe. I think a couple of them. Maybe I'd crack a couple of those nuts.
Like the idea of, I'm gonna please everyone. That's very retail. You know, that's very much like Hollister.
Yes.
I can't. That's ridiculous. No, I'm not. As I gotten older, I used to be mean to the audience if they didn't like it. You know, or what I thought was mean probably was very passive aggressive. But now I just try to be curious, because it is weird when somebody shows up to a show and they don't know what it is.
That still happens with you. You're getting people that are showing up to your shows. Someone who's been around for so long, so well respected, had so many great specials. I mean, so many incredible comedians shout you out. I mean, even recently, because I was going to make that connection later about frontmen, is like, you know, even recently you've had some people say that you're one of the greatest living comics in articles that I've seen, which, I mean, I know, like, if you were like me, you're probably, I'm assuming, and knowing you probably turned to the Elephant Man and you're like, no, please don't look at me. It's not me.
I don't yet have a burlap sack, and I will not wear one. I will not wear that burlap sack over my head. Yeah, and that's, that's fleeting, and it's really lovely, and yet, is it any more meaningful than someone say she sucks? I mean, it's you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
my dad, the last time he saw me perform, he sat in the back with this other guy and said, we had a great talk because he didn't understand what was going on either. And yeah, like I don't think
Oh, God.
and that's my dad loves me and is, and he knew that I was going to pay for dinner that night. So that he could not get himself to laugh.
Oh, your
Even
own
out of
dad.
fear. Even out of fear.
Oh. He probably, his friend didn't get it. Your dad got it. The friend didn't get it. He wanted to be cool with the friend. They hang out together. He doesn't want to be like the intellectual. I get it. The other one, dude, the other guy a little slower. So don't even worry about it. But it's, there is a, I think stand-up comedy, punk rock. And I do think, when it comes to a record like this, which it just blows my mind. And I love this. When Emily, Code Red Emily Kagan, our incredible booker, when she said she had you, and I was like, we love you, Em. When she said she had you for this record, I was like, what? Like Maria Bamford's doing Iggy Pop, the Stooges, fucking raw power. And she's like, yeah. I was like, all right. And I was like, okay, well, this chick is definitely, she was in Minnesota with the Replacements, and she's just a rocker, and she knows Prince and the Husker News and the fucking everybody. And instead, no.
Duluth bands, Low, for slowcore, Trampled by Turtles. That's another alternative band up there. Anyways, just Duluth shout out.
Okay. Big shout out to the Duluth, the big Duluth hitters.
But this is my only thing is through my husband. My husband has taught me about this, so I feel like I know nothing, and he'll be embarrassed by my being on this show. He'll
no. Don't feel embarrassed.
Really remembered.
Dude, Maria, here's the deal. This music, it finds you when it's supposed to. It doesn't mean you have to be I'm an OG Stooges fan. I was with them right at the beginning. You find them when you're supposed to. So what were you attracted to then? Like, what was it so how did he play it? Did he just, because this is not something you like put on, like, honey, do you want to go see the new Avatar Way of Water? Gang, just drive to the
whoever drives gets to pick the music.
Love
and
that.
So that's how I listened. And and I think I get more interested in the biography, because isn't this album is the one where it was taken out of his control, right? Like somebody else mixed it, and it seemed like some people thought that they mixed it in a way that they knew he wasn't going to like it, or they did a half-assed job of it. Isn't there some drama around this?
Well, there is some drama to mix it, right? Is that the key detail? But David Bowie was there. Is kind of
yeah.
So I guess here's the deal for everybody, just to kind of get an idea. We get through this shit, and then we'll dig into the great googly moogly of the album. But the background. So if everybody doesn't know, this is this third record, everybody, by the Stooges. Their first album came out in '69, which we did just self-titled. Then Funhouse from 1970, which had like Down on the Street. And I think we did that with Fitzsimmons, right? Who did we do the original Stooges with? I think it must have been somebody cool. We always get cool people for this band.
Wayne Fetterman.
Except for today. I don't know how the fuck we got Maria Bamford. We were killing it.
Dropping.
But wait, we had Fetterman. We had Fetterman on for the first Stooges?
The self-titled, yeah.
Interesting. Oh, that doesn't seem like one that, Fetty Wap, is he working on?
He was on one of my specials. He helped me in one of my specials. He played the keyboard.
So Maria, guess what? Wayne Fetterman has been on this podcast more than any person. He's been on it over 20 times at least. He's one of my favorite people in the world. Even though he's a Holocaust denier, I look past all of that and I say, you know what? It's cool, dude. He makes good points. I listen to him and I let him talk, but then he knows about the records, so it works. But no, I love him so much. Is he working on the doc with you? I'm assuming he's working on. He's like Judd's right hand man when it comes to docs.
Yeah, I don't know actually. I've only seen like a cut, rough cut of it, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but if they're pals, then maybe they have talked about it. I know Judd's got 5 million projects going at once. So yeah.
I also they're already giving the reviews about the about your biography, your documentary. They're saying it's up there with Man on Wire, with Leaving Neverland Ranch, and the new 50 Cent Diddy documentary. They're saying the expose that's going to come out about Maria Bamford. She's not going to be performing at those 10 a.m. shows in Altadena anymore.
Yeah. She's going to be wearing a scarlet letter. Well, this is the hilarious thing. This thing was filmed over 4 years, and the guy who was filming it, he kept saying, "What is this about?" And we're like, "Hey, that's your job, man. Like, I don't want to get cancer. I don't want to, try to make an arc to the story. So please make something up."
Can you die or something? Can you lose a limb or just mesothelioma? Just go get AIDS. Go get AIDS. Yeah. You go down the street, go get AIDS. Downtown LA is right down the street.
How about Cookie Monster bulimia? A lot of that Ryan Seacrest has Cookie Monster bulimia. That's when you eat it, and then you spit it into a cup.
Nice. Oh my God.
Branded.
I just love that's like one of the key grips. Like, why is she? This is a doc? People are gonna watch this? I mean, I just worked on that Corey Feldman versus the World. I mean, at least that guy thinks he can sing.
Yeah, it was that's well, and I get to, that's the thing at Largo. When you do comedians go up at Largo, there's always musicians attached, like the guy from the Eels.
Yes, I know him, and then you'll get Beck a lot. You get Beck a lot with Apatow. I love that. I always miss that. I wish I could see it. That's so cool.
Yeah. But I beyond. I'm very good at reading biographies of musicians, and then I feel like I can listen to them more easily because I go, because my husband likes a lot of 70s reggae, which I wasn't into at first, but now that I have read so many books, and I've watched the movie Rockers 6 times. It's a 1970s like a heist movie, but it takes place in Jamaica, where everyone's so high that when they're taking the money or the expensive white items away, they're losing their shoes and they're falling over. Anyways, I've never seen that. But
wait, why did we break in here, man? What were we supposed to grab? Should we grab out of can we find the employee break room and maybe grab some snacks, man?
It's almost exactly like that, where it's like they're trying to steal a washing machine, and it's good stuff. Please check it out.
I gotta watch this.
I love it.
Horsemouth. Horsemouth is the star.
Oh, I love it.
It was originally intended to be a documentary, but turned into a full-length feature.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
That's crazy.
Well, all right. So back to this little skadoodle of this record, and then did she even answer the question? So your husband, wait, I feel like we haven't gotten there. Your husband played Raw Power, and you were like this, or you were just like.
Well, and I also and I think I am one of those people where it's like I hear it more than 3 times, and then suddenly it becomes a hit for me. Then I'm like, oh yeah, this. It's
I remember
that
this.
one.
I like this song. Yeah. I like this one. Oh no. I do this all the time with this record. Not this record, but with the podcast, where you just you're like, all right, I don't know if I get this record, and then you listen to it again, and you're like, all right, I think that's pretty cool. And then like by the 3rd or 4th listen, you're like, these dreams alone when I take my time, every moment of the night, I'm feeling in the bright. You just start feeling the song, and it doesn't happen with every record, but I totally get that, and especially if it's someone you love, and they're like, this is cool, and then you go, oh, Tell me more. So you were immediately, it took a listen or two, but then you found this and you were like, yeah.
Yeah. And also, it has good memories of us, our family driving around Los Angeles. And so I chose this one. And
I love it. So
yeah.
So here, to go off of what you were saying. So I love that. And big ups to your husband, for what a cool guy. We were saying they had the first two records. They're not successful. The very little commercial success. The band is in disarray. Some have even said, and the band even kind of is quietly quoted saying that they have broken up. Bassist Dave Alexander, he's fighting alcoholism. Iggy Pop, boot scoot boogieing the black tar heroin, the China White. It's escalating. It's getting bad until there's an intervention. Was escalating prior to the intervention of David Bowie. Wow. So David's on coke and he's doing drugs. Pop is quoted saying, very few people recognize the quality of the Stooges songwriting, as it was very meticulous. And to his credit, the only person I'd ever known of in print to notice it was Bowie. So he brings on Bowie to produce this record. I think he's worked on some other shit with them too. Jeremiah, I'd check that math.
When they were in Berlin, right?
Well, yeah, but that's later. If I'm not mistaken.
They went to Berlin to get clean. It seems like a terrible idea.
Right.
Speaking of which, oh shit. Speaking of which, I can even send you a picture. I can send multiple photos. I was holding the microphone that Iggy Pop used when he sang Lust for Life at Hansa Studios. I stood in the exact same spot that David Bowie was looking out the window at Tony Visconti kissing his girlfriend, where he wrote the song Heroes. And I've been in the studio where he wrote that. I actually found with the dealer of the heroin that Bowie and Iggy Pop got, and I did some of it. That was great. And then I went and got I got currywurst. I got some currywurst and a doner kebab, as you do.
Love doner.
No, so I mean, that was all later though. That's an all later thing.
Yeah, it was 76 to 78, and this was 5 years before that.
Yeah. So this is like Iggy signs as a solo artist. He relocates to London. This is where he writes and records an album with James Williamson, who served as the Stooges' second guitarist in November of 70. They need to find a rhythm section. So he brings on Ron Ashton and Scott Ashton. They fly over to participate. And then here we go. The recording sessions. All right. So I got to try to find it. We might have to clean this up a little bit in post, guys, because I'm a little confused. Let me stop looking at this thing and look at this thing. All right. So the deal is, wait, clean this up. Fuck, where's the good stuff? Jeremiah, find the problem.
Do you want the album facts, the Raw Power 8?
Is that what we want to do? Because we have to pick, we can pick it up. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. I think I got it. So here we go. So this is released on February 7th, 1973, recorded between September and October of 72 at CBS Studios in London, produced by Iggy Pop with Bowie assisting and mixing it. That they, like you said, they had 1 day to mix the album, resulting in this raw and unpolished sound, which years later, Iggy would go back and remix the record as well. Have you ever done that? Are there jokes that you wrote and then recorded, and then you were like, I have a way better punchline now? Because I know like Mitch Hedberg used to do that.
Really?
I think so. I'm pretty sure like he would like rework bits.
Oh God, no. Once I've done something, I forget it. It's away. It's off my. That is. I do find that fascinating about how you keep the passion for a song after you've sung it for 20, 40 years or whatever it is. Yeah, and so did he? But he and Bowie, they had some fights about this album, right? Or it was like he was kind of mad at Bowie.
Let me find out, Jeremiah. You want to double check that math?
Yeah, I'll look into it.
Look into this because I'm trying to find what I have. I have like 5 different things open. Let me see if they've got this. And Peter, through editing, maybe you want to clean this up if we can't find it and it's not nailing it. Blah, 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 blah. All right. So this is the third album. Basically, their death rattle. He's in heroin. Oh, so the band relationships are shredded. Yeah. So band relationships are shredded. Bowie steps in as a supporter to help save it. This, the mess that they had been making with the coming in with these great songs, not being able to spend the time fighting over the mixing. Yes, they're saying that they were going back and forth, but still keeping it very civil. But you're also dealing with drug addicts at this time. You know what I mean? So imagine what that must have been like in the studio. You know, and this is like, you know, they're coming in with these songs about self-destruction and lust and boredom and violence and nihilism and swagger. So imagine just right there on itself, they're you know, the mood that they must have had. Can we ask you a question? Because this is so basically everything's falling apart, and yet even with this one day mix, they get this incredible record, which maybe not at the time was doing well, but I mean, in the discussion of music, this is considered the prototype to punk rock music, the, you know, one of the best guitar album or garage records ever made. Have you ever made something while feeling like everything else in your life was like collapsing? Have you ever had like a moment like that where you're like, everything's coming down and I'm working on this and wow, the, you know, this actually turned out pretty fucking good considering.
All the time. I mean, you never know. I anything or it's going to be arbitrary how people respond to it, and hopefully I'm proud of it. But yeah, it's funny what people latch onto. It's a pop thing. If it's like a popular culture thing, sometimes, you know, they'll enjoy a Louis or whatever rather than yeah. I think that happens frequently. I don't know what the response is going to be.
Do you feel like you're at your, like, do you feel like you've created some of your best work when your life is calm or when your life is in disarray? And I mean, maybe that's not the right word, disarray, but, you know, I always say to younger comics, even us, it was like, man, it was like the way I used to write when my life depended on me getting a joke out or booking a show meant so much. It was like I was almost hungrier back in the day than I was now, you know, where it's like, all right, I'm a little successful now and I can chill. Thoughts on that?
You guys are breaking up for me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Hold
on, Jerry. You want that on your end too, a little bit, at least for us.
Okay. Yeah. No, and you guys are breaking up. So what? Well, and my Wi-Fi is good.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, it's just a little choppy for some reason. I don't know why. Are you seeing the same thing, Josh? That it's like kind of
she was breaking up. You seem fine, but she was breaking up.
Is it still choppy for you, Maria?
Well, it's good now. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem.
So what was the question, Josh? Do you want to ask it again, or do you already have it?
I was saying that, you know, like I remember when I was like a broke comic, and the writing just seemed like, because I was writing so much and I was performing even more, and because I cared so much and I needed, you know, the hunger of the success, and even like, you know, oh, these bills aren't paid, and that it still was this, like, I was still, I think, writing some of my best material, or just, you know, I was like hungrier. Like, so I was gonna say, did you feel like you've gotten some of your best shit out while you were kind of like in a spiral, or like life was a little bit harder?
No,
okay.
I don't think so. I think food, shelter, those trump any kind of, I mean, yeah, you can have some funny premises about being unhoused, but that are very relatable. But yeah, I feel like the reason I feel like my first, you know, the first album is so good because you spent 10 years working on it, you know, like that's why I think things are so good usually in the beginning. And I think now I love making new material as much as I used to, except for I lack ambition, because once you have made an album and you know what that's like, and you go, oh, you just make the album and then people just go, when's your next album? Like, it's not like this high. It's very much like any other job where they're just like, awesome, see you Monday. Like, like
yeah,
it's not going to be this ecstatic experience, or even as far as money, like it's not going to save your life. So yeah, I think I'm always trying to maintain a level of I mean, I always feel like I'm a little hungry on some level just to make stuff. But more of it when I first started was based on fantasy of like, oh, and then I'm gonna destroy, and people are gonna carry me off stage like I'm a Fabergé egg. But now I know it's never happened. And even if it did happen, I'd be like, don't touch me.
Can you crowd surf me without touching me? Can I just hover above your fingertips? Like the main bad guy from Dune, how he just floats above everyone. I can't think of his name. Not General Zod. That's from Superman. What is his name? Harkison. Doesn't make it. Doesn't make a difference.
Harkonnen.
Is it the Harkonnens?
I don't know.
I think you're close. But yeah, I get that. I like being housed too. Huh?
Thing about popularity, I always feel like if there's too big a crowd for comedy, isn't that just fashion? Like, aren't we kind of going toward if it's funny, isn't it?
Well, you broke up again. What would you ask again? If it's what?
Oh, if everybody thinks it's funny, isn't it kind of scary? Giant crowd. Oh, I'm so sorry. Am I breaking up?
A little bit. So you're saying even if it's funny to everybody,
isn't it more like
broke up again?
Oh, we're all laughing together.
One more time, you broke up. We're gonna get this fucking thing out. I swear to God. One last time. Here we go. Don't break up. Action.
If there's a large crowd for comedy, isn't it just fascism? Isn't it just, it's kind of a full, everybody laughing all together because we're all in on this point of view? I prefer a confused crowd of 20.
At 10 a.m. Monday morning.
10 a.m. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Nope. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. Because she's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. She's a road dog playing Jonesville, Wisconsin.
Oh my Lord.
She's not allowed back.
No.
COVID numbers. COVID numbers. You sit there and you sit over there and you sit all the way back there. You right there, him right there, and that person gonna wear a mask. All right. I love this. It's funny. I love that you're doing this record. I see the connection in so many different ways. I mean, this is a gift. Jeremiah. It's a gift to have Marie on. Raw nerves, self-sabotage, intensity, absurdity, art that feels like it's screaming from inside the body. Proto-punk manifesto, fascism talk it only took 38 minutes to get into fascism.
And Bored. That's from this album, right? Bored.
That's light. I think there's a frenetic energy of this. This is like I said, lust, violence, swag. These are the buzzwords. Swagger. I wrote down self-destruction. I mean, even I think there is a bravery to letting something so ugly be exposed and be almost too much. There's something like it's really cool for this record to, which is you're coming out of the early 70s when there's rock and roll is bloated. It is big. It is so serious, so self-serving, so it's all virtuoso guitar guys. And then you fucking have these, the Stooges that are just like, I mean, they're called the Stooges. You know what I mean? Iggy Pop, he looks, he's a weird looking guy. If any of this is a weird reference, and this came out way later, but Iggy Pop kind of looks like Zelda from Pet Sematary, the woman that lives upstairs that's like, Bob, feed me, man. He's got a Zelda face. Yeah, so I mean, and punk hasn't even happened yet. So this is a record that, in a sense, helped create it. It's rejecting everything that's before it. There are no solos for showing off, just blunt force. even to the first track, which is probably the most famous track on the record, Search and Destroy. I mean, this is it's inspired by the Vietnam War. It's Iggy has positioned himself as a walking weapon and outsider. It's become an anthem for alienated kids everywhere. Was this one of the songs that when your husband played it, you were like, "Ooh, I like this one"?
Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, I don't. I'm terrible at describing things.
You don't have to. You can say good, bad. Doesn't make a
Good.
difference.
It's a good one. It's a good one. And yeah, I love the pace of the bum 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 bum. I like that. I don't yeah, and you can tell that everyone is it's intense. It's
Very
intense. I love
intense.
something that's intense.
I love that. So my question to you, because this going off the title "Search and Destroy" is like you have built a career around voicing the thoughts that I think a lot of people try to hide. And do you ever feel like you're on a search and destroy presence just by being honest? Like, so you're just like searching and going through just like, what can I talk about to almost like help me process it? Like, how deep can I go?
Or totally. That's the only thing I can do. Like, I feel like I don't have anything else. I mean, it's either a form of sloth where all I do is material that is directly relevant to my experience on Earth, or it's genius. Let's use the latter. But yeah, like my current album is all about money. I find that super interesting to hear about bands and how they'll sign a deal and then they'll owe the record company money. Like,
yeah.
What? Like, or, and I, yeah, because, I think it's not during this phase, but, at some point, and has, no place to on people's, couches and stuff like that. Anyways, I love finances and economy stuff, and love it.
I love that you love
Did you
that.
hear it?
We heard some of it. We heard it broke up, and then you went, "I love money, finances, and money."
Oh, shut
Everything, I swear to God, everything broke up except the last two. It was like, yeah, cash, Bitcoin. I love money, finances, and money. Next question. I'm not lying. I swear to God, that's what just happened.
That punk music, there is so much, like, oh, we don't need anything, we're raw, and yet you do participate in capitalism. Everybody does, just by being alive. So I like that too, how eventually people have to start having more concern about what their contracts say. And yeah, I think it's interesting.
Oh, I want to ask you a question, because we've talked about the mixing in this, and I mean, and you talked about finances too, and you've talked about we mentioned like this is a very controversial record because they had such limited time. So this mix, there's like three different versions of this. There's the mix that I've listened to, which I think we all should have listened to, which is that first 1973 one, or 1972, whenever the record came out. That was the one that we wanted. Then if you are on Spotify, Dark Lord Spotify, you can listen to the Iggy Pop one. That's out there. It's literally right after this, on this one record, on the anniversary. So you have Bowie mixed it, which added to the mythology. Then you have Iggy. He claims he mixed it with the idea that the vocals should dominate everything, like a deranged sermon. Let me ask you, have you ever, like, when you were working on your TV show, were you able to do whatever the fuck you want, or were you getting notes constantly? And if not, has there been a project that you have gotten what's the project you've gotten the most notes on?
No notes.
No notes.
No notes. Netflix, at least at the time, had no notes. They were like, "You do you," and that's what at least from my perspective. That was a very a plush experience.
I love that.
I love that. A pillow pet.
Have you had like a pillow pet? Have you like one of those Ultimate Warrior Hulk Hogan pillow pets that we used to like body slam, which was just back in the day. I love finances. Finances help you buy all that.
Squishmallow.
Have you there been a project that you've worked on that you, even if you weren't creating it, that you've been a part of, that you saw a lot of, hands in the pot adding to the ingredients of the stew?
Oh my God. Yeah. There's anytime I've been on a sitcom that's like a 3-camera type thing.
Yeah.
Wow, is that a drag?
Even though you love finances.
Well, it's union work. So live better, work union. Okay. And then but yeah, it can be not a creative process, or what seems to me not a creative process at all. Like very 70 people deciding, is it a joke or is it not a joke? Like, oh my Christ, who the fuck cares? Nobody's watching this, man. Like, I mean, even if millions were watching, how much does it, somebody needs to slip on a banana peel at this part, and you're arguing whether it's a banana peel or not. Anyways, I'm not a fan of sitcoms.
I mean, who is? I mean, they've only done like 2 good ones, and one was Alf. I loved Alf. I don't think I was watching Hamnet. Did I say that to you, Jeremiah? I went to go see Hamnet.
No, is it good?
Which is that? I mean, if you want to cry, it's made for like weeping. Cry. It's really good. You need it. We talked on the phone. I know you need it. So do I. And so I went to go see Hamnet. And I mean, I cried so hard because it's brutally, like, the girl is so good in it, and the kid is so good in it. And my buddy was like, dude, that he wanted to see it because I cried so hard. I go, yeah, dude, I mean it. The only time I've cried harder was the first episode of Alf, when he had to call Melmac to let him know he wasn't coming back. And I mean, I was like 7 or 8, but I fucking wept. I mean, I wept. So it was up there with that Alf cry. That's how hard I cried. Everybody was Alf crying at the AMC in Kibbs Bay. Everybody.
Now, is this true? I'm a hot goss person. Was Iggy having a relationship with David Bowie at this time?
Ooh, hot tea. God, this is a Morty question. Morty would fucking
come in the bio.
How do
No.
I think they were. Man, I don't want to fuck.
They
this
weren't
up.
fighting. At least there's nothing that documents like altercations or arguments. But Iggy Pop is often referred to Bowie as a benefactor and guardian angel who helped him through addiction and brought this album brought his career back. Right, so he was
fledgling. And David Bowie came from a very wealthy background. Is that not right?
I mean, at this point, Bowie is fucking, gazillionaire. I mean, this guy is like, I always loved Morty. I said the coolest thing. I said, when this came, excuse me. I said to Morty about one of the records we've done about Bowie. I was like, when this came out, was it a big deal? And he goes, every Bowie record was a big deal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when he dropped a record, it's like, I know this isn't, I don't know what comic I would say, when they, I mean, maybe years ago when like Chris Rock would drop like a special, or, some of the early Chappelle ones, or even like if the way that they market the Chappelle ones as like, this is the biggest comedy special you're ever gonna see. And it's, it's just him dicking around for fucking an hour and 15 minutes in DC. And you're like, all right, well, half of that was funny. I cut that because actually, hold on, clean that up a little bit, because I actually spent time with him in Riyadh. I don't want to get in trouble. And I do love him. No, but I think there is something about Bowie has that mystique of just like anything he touches, whether it was Mata Hoople, whether it was Iggy, and the Stooges, like he just had that thing.
He made $4.5 million in 1972 when this came out.
Which
did.
But that's not how much is that changed for inflation? Like what would that be?
No
$4 million
idea.
is probably in the early 70s is probably like 25 million or like
Yeah,
30
yeah.
or
I think
50.
you're
I
right.
don't know, dude.
I think so. But he was
Well,
still
then
in
also-
massive debt, and you brought that up already, Maria, because I know you're focused on finance. But he was also in big time debt.
Well, doesn't that affect like the music, like the
Sure.
relationship he had with? If David's coming to save him, like how shitty that would feel. I don't know, like those kind of relationships are for me. Whenever I haven't been paid or it feels like uneven, like it feels bad. So, anyways, I think because maybe that's why he remixed it, is that he wanted to just say F you, Bowie. I don't know.
I think I do listen. I think a lot of the artists that we love, especially the younger ones, like they get caught in those bad contracts, which is like the record company has been screwing over the artist forever. Hence why you have people like Taylor Swift, who's re-recording all of her albums over and over. She's just like, no, they're making all the money and I'm making nothing. It's like being in the record industry is like going to college. Like you're behind the 8 ball. They want you behind the 8 ball immediately to take out a $25,000 to $50,000 loan. So once you finish that record, you have to tour, you have to make another record so you can recoup the costs. Because if not, they're just going to keep fucking you, and eventually you're just going to end up broke, and homeless, not homeless, but let's, unhoused. Can we not say homeless anymore? I heard you say unhoused earlier, and I was like, should I not say homeless? Is that bad?
I have a friend who's unhoused, and so I don't know. I always call him unhoused. So, but he's not worried about it because he has mentals, and when he has mentals, you're not worried about being unhoused.
All right. Is this album Raw Power? Is this best to be listened to alone, or at full volume, or by accident, or during an emotional spiral?
Oh, definitely right after a fight.
Yes.
While you're driving, or during a fight. While you're driving. Oh, yeah, you should have taken that exit. No, I went on this exit. Oh shit!
I'm a streetwalking cheetah with a dime full of napalm.
Escalate the anger.
If this album were a voice in your head, is it helpful or is it honest, or is it just honest?
I think it's funny. Like I think it's funny. Like I mean, I know that's sort of awful, but I'm sorry to say it. Just because I don't know. Yeah. I think it's the seriousness of it. And this is bad, but I have a hard time being sincere as a comedian. I have a hard time. So I don't know if I'm just if something's serious, I always have to laugh a little bit.
Are you bad at you can't handle like death and stuff if you're like, funerals or
I have a couple of jokes about my mom's death that I saw in person. My mom, the hospice nurse said when sometimes people die, all the energy and a shaft of light comes in through the window.
Yeah.
And then a bird hovers outside the window, and that bird is your loved one. But what I saw was all right. Anybody? No? Okay.
Oh my God. I've been watching that show on HBO Max, The Pit, and that is exactly how one of the characters died. I was like, oh my God, did you audition for that? That was phenomenal.
Death is unattractive. That you get to see, they see all the way to your back tooth. So
yeah. You know, it's funny when my dad had the stroke and they were like, all right, so we're going to take him off the breathing tube and the feeding tube, whatever it was. And then he'll pass. And it was like in the TV show that I'm watching, The Pit, the family, they do that, but then they just sit by the guy's side while he, you know, for the night or whatever, until he passes. And me and my family were like, all right, you call us when he's dead. We're going back to Germantown. Just, let us know when he passes. We'll come back here. Actually, you know what? I don't think we need to come back. You schlep him to Harrisburg. Can you schlep him to Harrisburg? Because we're not coming back. It's the God's honest truth.
My sister wanted to move my dad's body back to our house so we could have a viewing at the house. Guess what that is? Illegal to move a body. So
isn't that Little Miss Sunshine? Like,
we found a guy.
Oh, nice. That guy.
He had a covered back on his truck, and we've loaded him in and out, and light as a feather, stiff as a board, my father. And light as a feather. Light as a board. Bye-bye. Scott had to bring my dad's body like a couch through the front door, and so he kept hitting his head or his feet on the sides of the door frame.
Oh God, fuck off. It's like moving your dad's like moving a couch. Slow down. All you. You got it. No. Now turn it around and give it to me sideways. All right, yeah, turn him around. No. That's hilarious. Listen, I know we got to get you out of here, so let's just do the final questions. Maria, please come back. I can't tell you how much. What a great way to end our year. I know we have one more to do, like by the end of it, and we'll do that, coming up, and hopefully I'm not gonna say the guest name, Barack Obama. No, I'm kidding. Hopefully it lives up to the fun as this one. But I mean it. This week, what a gift to have you on. We might have talked about the album for 8 seconds, but who gives a shit? You know what I mean? We now know that you can see Maria Bamford live at 10 a.m. at the Skadoodle Theater in Altadena. And if you come, bring money, because she's paying 90% of it to Jackie Cashian. Even though she loves money, but she gives it away. That's right. So like we said, I'm going to promote for you. Check out, when does the documentary come out? Is it going to be on HBO? You were saying, go ahead.
And it hasn't yet been picked up as where it's going to be streamed. So, but it's going to be at Sundance. So I'm going to Sundance.
I love that. Which is going to move soon. It's not going to be Sundance anymore. It's going to be, I think, fucking Aspen, not Aspen. They're moving it. They're moving it somewhere like Colorado based.
Oh,
I heard that. So bummer. Enjoy Sundance. Yeah, no, bummer. Why?
I don't know. I think it's cool in Park City.
Okay, but Jesus, all right. Fucking, all right, Mitt Romney. All right, fucking. All right. But and also go see Maria on tour. I mean it. You've always been one of my favorites to watch. You've always been one of the sweetest people I've ever met. We did a festival together. The first time I got to really hang with you, it was the Come and Take It festival in Houston. And we have a great picture, which I'll post on the gram. Also, did you send Jeremiah? Did you get the picture I sent you? Can you put that up?
Oh, yeah. Let me
really quickly. We have 1 minute. She's got to leave in 1 minute. So go see her. All right. Rapid fire questions while you pull that up. Here we go. Favorite song on this record, Maria?
I want to say Bored. I love Bored.
I love that. Is this a skip record? Is there a song on this you skip, or is this a no skip record?
Skip or a no skip record?
Is there a song? Is there anything you don't like on the album? Anything you skipped over, like a song you just didn't really give a shit about, so you skipped?
No, you gotta listen to the whole thing.
I dig that. Yeah, I think they all go into the next. Some I like more, but nothing to the point where I wanted to turn it off. All right, this is gonna make you uncomfortable. Can you fuck to this record? Is this a record you would put on and then have intercourse with your hip husband, who turned you on to this record, by the way?
Well, let me see. I don't know. The only thing I'd be worried is that he would lose focus.
Yes, this is definitely
and he's got some tasks to complete.
All right, don't put this on. I don't think you can. I don't think this is a record you can fuck to be honest with you. And last but not least, Maria, how would you get someone to listen to this record? What is your elevator pitch to get someone to listen to Raw Power by the Stooges?
Okay. Well, dreams come true. Do you want to hear one? Want to hear this guy and his dream? Because he really loved David Bowie and it was very exciting for him. So I want to say this is what happens when your dreams come true.
I love that. Wait, you got it?
Cool.
Oh my God, there's me. See, that guy right there on the left, he fucking took the actual shot because you could see Iggy's looking at him. The guy on the left's dead now, I bet. Or at least I hope he is. Fuck that dude. That guy's, I've hated that guy my whole life since this picture got developed. But yep, there's Iggy not looking at me, giving that guy the perfect picture, and me looking like a fucking dildo. Yep. That's it. Maria, I know you got to get out of here. Thank you so much for coming on. This was phenomenal. This really was. Please come back. Please.
Thank you so much for having me.